should be throwing the bash. I need a woman who will treat me right. I need a woman who love to squeeze me tight. I need a woman. I need a woman tonight. I need a woman I can call my own. She got the love the blues and she'll buy me home. She'll tie me up at night and make me say when the sun comes up we'll do it all again. I need a woman who love to squeeze me tight. I need a woman who wanna treat me right. I need a woman. I need a woman tonight. Well, my day's a number and I'll tell you why. All the pretty girls keep walking on by, looking and smiling and winking at me. I got a woman who won't let me be. I need a woman who will squeeze me tight. I need a woman who will treat me right. I need a woman tonight. I need a woman, yes, I need a woman. Looking for a woman, yes, got to have a woman. Oh, I need a woman, I need a woman tonight. Trash and stock arrangements, paying our dues, scraping for corn and rock good blues. Band is kicking, playing it tight, all getting high till the morning light. Wielding my axe all night long, selling my soul for the price of a song. Any inspiration comes my way, fades like a dream by the break of day. Working my way throughout the night, moving through the shadows and ducking the light. Growls, hardball lights grow low, screaming out the high notes, losing control. Moving through the shadows late Friday night, guitar burning, holding back the light. Playboys and gals changing back in the suits, ducking the light, the last pour from a hooch, cleaning the streets, hosing the drunks, sleeping it off in the back of the truck. Working my way throughout the night, feeling through the shadows and ducking the light. Working my way throughout the night, moving through the shadows and ducking the light. All right, all right, all right. How's everybody doing tonight? It's a late start. I think I realized today that I think I'm depressed and I didn't know it. What is going on here? Why is that lighting a little different? Hold on. Something's a little. Huh. That's interesting. I did change a little something. All right, there we go. And move this over here too. There we go. That's better. That's better. Yeah, man. I don't think I even realized it. I'm like, I think I'm depressed. But I don't know. I couldn't sleep last night. Then I took a nap. Now I'm wide awake. I did record a new bar bet for you guys for the members area. That is done. I just have to edit it. It'll take 2 seconds to edit. It's like 2 cuts. You know, I do those bar bet things kind of quick and dirty because, hey, you just want the bar bet, right? You give a fuck about the production value of a bar bet. But, yeah, I was doing that. I was actually going to maybe put it up instead of doing this, but I was like, fuck it. Let's go live, man. Talk to some people, see if some people show up and want to bullshit. Part of what prompted it was this story I saw about the Peanuts controversy. And I was like, all right, I got to do a show now. I think I have a couple other ideas too about how to proceed. Jordan Peterson is trending. I wonder why he is trending. I guess because he did announce that his new book that he's been working on for a few years is about to come out. He made a video. Maybe that's why he's trending. I love Jordan Peterson. Tim Dillon. People are mad about. Let me get this over here. People are mad about Jordan Peterson's book, and we're back in lockdown. Baby, it's nostalgia time. This Jordan Peterson tweet will never not make me laugh. 91% of those who view my videos are male. Why? Why few women? My boy Maddox chiming in. I straight up broke up with my ex because he became a different person, verbally, physically, and sexually abusive. After spending a year on a Jordan Peterson, Joe Rogan, YouTube, Reddit rabbit hole, I tell every girl I meet that a man on this road is a man wearing 100 red flags. That's funny that because somebody might be interested in something that you think all people that are interested in that are the same. I can't... Why? Why few women? Okay, I can't read the bottom of this. It's too far away. Let me see if I can. Jordan Peterson. Man, I can't fucking read it. I'm going to get closer to it. Hold on a second. It says, don't waste your time debating women. They're too emotional. Women just want attention. Women are lying about you and the Me Too movement. Jesus Christ. I don't know. I'm seeing some like out of context quotes. I credit Sam Harris and Jordan Peterson for being the cherry on top to therapy and everything else I did. It was like all the work I did on myself, the physical fitness, the, going to therapy and the meditating, all that stuff was great. But I got to a point where I was doing everything that I knew to do, and I was still having a lot of issues with anxiety. And Jordan Peterson, Sam Harris, like I said, they were the cherry on top to everything else I had been learning. So for me, I feel like I owe those guys my life, but this is odd. I mean, when did this tweet just happen? I'm not sure. All right, let's look at some more. If you think Jordan Peterson's far right, then you either haven't read his work, you haven't understood. No shit, he is not far right.
All right, let's see here. Maybe what is going on? Penguin Random House Canada staff say the publishing giant ambushed them with the news of Jordan Peterson's new book. Staff confronted management at a tearful town hall Monday. Many want it canceled. Oh my God. What kind of asshole gets into the world of publishing and wants to censor people? The fuck is going on? So done with this shit. All right, so what's this one say? They cried. Several employees cried because his views negatively impacted their lives. One told me he's an icon of hate speech and transphobia. And the fact that he's an icon of white supremacy, I'm not proud to work for a company that publishes him. You're a fucking retard, is what you are. Oh my God. It's the transphobia and association with the. This is insane. He's not a transphobic and explicitly opposes the far right. Why not read his book first, just so you understand? Yeah. People are. I can't imagine. This is so crazy. We live in a world where a man who just wants to help people uh, be better people is being criticized. Staff, see how to improve business in 2 days. Identify crying adults. Fire. Yeah, no shit. Ah, there we go. That's pretty amazing. It's so funny to me that Jordan Peterson is like controversial. Let's see what Jordan is saying on his own Twitter feed. It's available for pre-order March of 21. It's so crazy. My birthday is in March, March 13th, and it was right before everything got locked down here on like the 15th. And it feels like fucking yesterday, man. This is the weirdest year in that it is so fast and so slow at the same time. It's fucking bizarre to think his book's going to come out in March, and I'm like, oh man, that's forever away. Not really. It's like 3.5 months away. Fucking. What? I want this whole year back, man. I feel like when I would never want to be in prison. Obviously, it's just to me that's just a fucking nightmare to be in prison. I don't know if I could think of anything much worse than that. And one of the things about prison that is just kills me, the idea of it, I mean, is that you lose that time. You know, if you're in prison for 5 years, it's like, man, do you know what you could have done in 5 years? It's just wasted. And that's how I feel 2020 is. It's just like, fuck. I mean, I guess that's on you if you waste it, right? Because you could always work out, you could get healthy. You could write, write that novel you always wanted to write. There's things you could do, I guess. But anybody that's been around this year knows it's easier said than done. And I did some positive things this year, but it's tough, man. I recommend reading Effective Neuroscience. Okay. On the return of Jordan Peterson. I can't wait. All right, so it looks like the whole reason he's trending is just because he announced his book is coming out, and those faggots at those Canadian faggots at Random House or whatever it is, Penguin Random House. Um, I guess they're flipping out. Jordan Peterson's new self-help book influences a bunch of regressive, socially inept men, ensuring they never contribute to the dream. But who am I to protest? Okay. Penguin employees. They should just be called faggots. Faggots at Penguin complaining about publishing a Jordan Peterson book. Should check the Penguin back catalog. Zing. The ultimate zing. That was a good one. So how's everybody in the chat room tonight? I know there's just a couple of you. Just started late tonight. I almost didn't do this. Glad you're here, though. Why don't you say hi to me? You could always support me by going to ZachWaldman.com/fans. All right. Let's see what this is. Let's see what Jordan Peterson's grift became mainstream when he, with the aid of anti-woke liberals and right-wingers, successfully branded himself a brave martyr for free speech. He then threatened to assault and sue those who dared criticize him and backed fascist foreign leaders. Okay. I've never seen any evidence of that, but let's see. I remember this tweet. You arrogant racist son of a bitch. How dare you accuse me of harmlessly romancing the noble savage? That's how you refer to my friend Charles Joseph, who I've worked with. Yeah, I remember this. He had a right to be angry. Somebody he was very close to, and he was accused of using him. And I remember when he went ape shit. Hey, man, you insult the guy. What, is he supposed to be, a pussy and not fight back? What do people say about this? Let's see. Oh, dig it up, digger. Dig all up. Jordan Peterson, please publish that book. I love seeing these snowflakes cry. I do, too. I don't like the term snowflake because this is kind of trite, but I love all these criticisms by people who have never contributed a fucking thing in their lives. Look at this. Jordan Peterson and Obama both used anti-woke to show how they're victim of their own wrongdoings. God, these poor woke people are so fucking lost. Free speech champion sent a legal threat to critic Kane Mann for, among other things, referring to him as a misogynist in a Vox.com interview. There's always more to these things than they want you to know. Whatever. Give a fuck. I know what Jordan Peterson's done for me, and it's been fantastic. Kate Quigley. All right, let's go to the trending shit. Oh. Huh. Usually have this bigger. Where's my beer? I'm drinking beer and smoking weed and live streaming to 3 of you. Thank you. I'm glad you're here, though. I am. 3 is better than 0. Scotland becomes the first country in the world to make sanitary products free. All right. Let's see what kind of fucking insanity is going on here. Scottish Parliament voted unanimously to pass a measure that requires local authorities to ensure free period products are available to anyone who needs them. Man, when I was a 13-year-old boy, I probably would have said, yeah, I need them, and I would have taken tons of them and, like, throwing them at people. I mean, I don't know how I mean, why? Are there really people that can't get tampons, that are so poor they can't get tampons and they can't get them? Like, in other words, I imagine if you're homeless here in LA and you're like, yeah, I'm homeless, I need tampons, they'd give them to you. Good for you, Scotland. Maybe that'll at least put the end to free bleeding. Do you guys remember that? Does anybody even know about it? There's like, I guess it was on 4chan. They start these, they're just like the ultimate trolls out there, and they started the thing saying, you know, women, you should just engage in free bleeding. Don't use a tampon. Just it's a why should you have to hide your menstrual cycle? Ah. And so like they were like showing women just bleeding through their jeans. Sorry, wiping my nose. I was trying to throw that out. And it was so then they did it as a goof, and then women actually started doing it. They're like, "That's right. I'm in support of women's rights, so that's why I'm free bleeding." And before you know it, they're uploading videos on the internet of themselves bleeding through their pants. Fucking people are retarded. I can't wait to see how this story unfolds, because shit's too fucking weird. Something's got to give. Why is Frozen trending in California? Let's see. I don't know why it's trending in California. Did it get cold here or something? I've never seen the movie Frozen, by the way. I'm about to not give a fuck why Frozen's trending anymore. Me watching people deep fry unthawed frozen turkey. All right. I'm done. Tornado. Popcorn. Popcorn's trending? Parlor got hacked. This was actually supposed to be pronounced parlay, but no one knows that, so everybody calls it parlor. Looks like leftists fell for a hoax in claiming parlay was hacked. Let's see. Parlay wasn't hacked, but look at how excited nutty leftists are that the free speech app they can't stand might have been compromised. I mean, Twitter's been hacked. What would be the fucking deal if Parlay got hacked? It's a funny joke, though. Of course, it wasn't hard to hack. Everyone's password was MAGA 2020. It's a good joke. Solid joke. Who's Krista Allen? Is that a comic? She's got a lot of followers. Yep. She doesn't say what she is, but she looks like she's a comic. Good joke. Solid joke there. Give it up when someone's got a good joke. You got to give it up. All right. So Parlor was not hacked. Newsmax, Bone Spurs, Hillbilly Elegy. God, all kinds of... what's nice about tonight's trending is it's not the usual fucking just COVID, Trump, COVID, Trump. That's nice. Are we finally breaking through to something normal? Brian Posehn, I am not Randy Quaid. That's funny. All right, let's see what's trending. Just regular trending. That was trending for me. Live in concert. The Bachelorette's trending. They silenced you. Should we bite? It sounds like something I don't want to be silenced. Did they silence me? My friend does translation. Bisexual Rowena. Ooh. I'd like to watch her eat some snatch. Her friend does translation stuff for a living, and she said it's very likely people working with The dub probably got an early rough and unedited version of the audio to translate. So yeah, they probably filmed that and got cut closer to airing. What? What is this about? I'm livid. Why? I'm so mad. A bunch of woke people are mad, and that's good. Latin American entertainers. Okay. Oh, okay. Let's see. The subtitles are different, but he says your team. Latin America enters the fray with Dean saying "Me too." What? No, August. Let's see. What is going on? I don't even know. ¿Por qué estos bueno despedida? ¿Por qué lo es? What's going on here? Te amo? No hagas estos cas. I'm trying to get triggered here. ¿Por qué estos bueno? Let's see. ¿Por qué lo es? Why didn't we get it in the OG English script? What is going on here? The network is not getting with violently censoring a queer relationship. Okay. So is this what's going on? There's some fucking show I've never heard of. What show is this? Does anybody know? Okay, let me go back. They silenced you. What is happening? It seems like there was some fucking show that I don't give a fuck about where they're gay or something, and then they changed the translation to make him not gay. They didn't to let him speak his truth and killed both main characters. Gay love pierced through the veil of censorship. Homophobia. It's not about a hip. It's about a queer story violently censored by the network. We cannot let them get away with this. What is the fucking show? They made Dianca's canon in the South American dub of what? I don't even know who this is or what show it is. They literally censored Dean. Who gives a fuck? This really means a major TV network purposely signs the gay character. I'm gay. It makes me feel like my voice isn't worth fighting for, like my community can be buried. The Spanish translation right now. I just want to know what the show is. All right. I'm done caring. Oh, I didn't do the story that made me want to do a cast tonight. Let's do that one. Check this fucking loony shit out. Now they're mad at Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. They say it's racist because fucking Franklin is sitting by himself at the table. Can you believe this shit? Charlie Brown Thanksgiving is on. Time for our annual love and disappointment that Franklin's sitting on one side of the table all by himself. These people are fucking retarded. They got a dean of social sciences and a professor of sociology from UCLA to say, having Franklin by himself, you could interpret it that no one wanted to sit next to him. Really? Well, I could also interpret it 50 other ways. How about, and by the way, maybe no one wanted to sit next to him, but it's not because it's black. You ever thought about that? Maybe it's because Franklin smells like dog shit. Maybe Franklin was wrestling around with Pigpen. And they're like, Jesus, Franklin, you got to sit on the other side, motherfucker. You were wrestling with Pigpen. maybe Franklin's a chronic masturbator. Maybe that's why. In other words, we don't know why. And also, we can interpret it some other ways. He says you could interpret it that no one wants to sit next to him. Yeah, you could also interpret it that there's more people, there's more characters going to join the table. Where is Pigpen? Maybe Pigpen is gonna pull up a chair. Or maybe when the artist drew it, it was easier to draw it this way. Maybe Franklin doesn't want people to sit next to him. It could be interpreted that Franklin was like, guys, I'd really like to stretch out. I'm black. My cock is so big. I need it for this whole side of the table. Yeah, I got my cock running from, and if you guys sit next to me, there's a good chance one of you could accidentally put your chair on my dick. Oh, Jesus Christ. The same professor said he remembers feeling included in ways I hadn't before when he first saw Franklin in a Peanuts comic strip. Says that Schultz probably thought he was doing a good thing by including the character at all. It's a classic example of what can be missed even when you're trying to be inclusive. It's never fucking good enough for these assholes. They always find an excuse to be racist. Today, this would not be acceptable. Really? Have you watched South Park? It really does speak to the need to be more inclusive, for more inclusive creators and stories. Shut up, faggot. Oh my God. The Charles Schulz Museum hosted an online event with black cartoonists, and they discussed it. And one of them's a Pulitzer Prize winner for editorial cartooning. Said that Darren Bell said that a lot of cartoons are like Rorschach chests in which people have their own interpretations of certain scenes. When I saw that image of Franklin, my first thought was Charles Schulz really wanted Franklin to be seen. And Franklin was really important. You see that? That's what I'm saying. You can interpret this however you want. Bell said he added that Peanuts was a kind of an inclusive comic strip. Armstrong, who created the comic strip Jumpstart, said he relates to the scene of Franklin sitting by himself because that's what it was like at school. Really? Maybe you were a fucking loser. There was white kids in my school that sat by themselves because they were fucking dicks. No one wanted to sit next to them. I was one of those kids. He said he wasn't a racist. He was a wonderful human being. Schultz, who knew Armstrong professionally, reportedly asked for permission to use Armstrong's last name for Franklin's character when Schultz realized Frank needed one in the 90s. First appeared in the Peanuts comic strip in 1968. Retired teacher named Harry Glickman convinced Schultz to add a black character to the strip. This was following the assassination of MLK Jr. And he wrote a letter to Schultz, and or she wrote the letter to Schultz, whatever. Schultz responded to Glickman's letter, appreciated the suggestion, said he was faced with the same problem other cartoonists are who wish to comply with your suggestion. He added he would very much be able to do this, but said that each of us is afraid it would look like they were patronizing their black friends. We all would like very much to be able to do this, but said that each of us is afraid it would look like we're patronizing their black friends. So according to the Times, Glickman shared Schultz's response with his permission with a black friend of hers. That friend, Kenneth Kelly, suggested a black character be introduced in a casual day to this scene rather than making a big announcement to suggest racial amity. That was apparently all Schultz needed to hear. Franklin joined the Peanuts comic strip a few months later. Reportedly wasn't without a fight. When the cartoon's publisher, United Features Syndicate, allegedly questioned adding a black character, Schultz is said to have responded, either you run it the way I drew it or I quit. So you're going to call this guy who stood up and put his job on the line for this, now you're gonna call him a racist, you fucking cunts. Rachel Groman Bender. Bend her over. What's going on, people? Is anybody in the chat room gonna even say hi to me? I know there's only a couple of you. Sure would be nice if you would say hello. That'd make me feel like I was doing something. But then again, maybe I'll just wrap it up. Maybe I'll just keep this a short cast tonight. Appreciate the thumbs up. That's nice. Yeah. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to smoke a little more ganja here. If some people come in and want to hang, if it starts to become like a party in here, I'll go longer. If not, I'm going to end this shit and I'll edit the bar bed video I just did for you guys. And, fuck, I can't believe I did this, man. All right. Last video I did's kind of dying a miserable death. I think I know why, but it still gave me some insight into some stuff I'm going to do in the future. I've got some ideas. All right. So the Frank Zappa documentary is out. It's called Zappa. Here's an article, 11 Things We Learned from the Long-Awaited Authorized Documentary. I'm actually not going to read the article. I'm just reminding you that it's out now. And I need to get this thing as soon as I can. Happy Franksgiving Day. Happy Franksgiving. Alex Winter's years in making authorized documentary Zappa has arrived. Unprecedented access to Zappa's vault. Never before seen footage. I can't fucking wait. I'm not. So the 11 things we learned from the long-awaited documentary, I don't want to know. I want to watch the motherfucker. So. What do we got here? Congrats to all the libertarians who voted for Joe Jorgensen. Are you excited for the U.S. to get into a new war January 21st? I kind of... Hey, Dub Style. What's up, buddy? You motherfucker. You cost me $4 today, Dub Style. You got here just in time. There was nobody here, so I was like, if this doesn't turn into a party soon, I'm going to end this fucking cast. But now that you're here, I'm going to get another beer to drink with you, you queer. I'll be right back, Dub Style. Yeah, this fucking Dub Style. He cost me, no, that's not how you cost me $4. I went to the drugstore today to pick up a prescription, my AIDS medication. It's not for AIDS. It's to cure me of making AIDS jokes that you find old. It's my cure your AIDS jokes medication. Anyway, I go to the drugstore and I go, oh, fuck. Let me get one of those prepaid cards while I'm here. So I looked around and I found one. Green Dot Visa. Ah, fuck. This is exactly what he said I should get. $4 that card. Anyway, cards. Yeah, that's not the problem, though, Dub Style. The $4 for the card wasn't the problem. If I could use the card. So I log on to ACR, and the card gets declined. Said it doesn't work. So I start looking at the FAQ, and it says right there on the FAQ that they do not accept prepaid debit cards or prepaid credit cards, debit cards, all that shit. I'm like, motherfucker, this is exactly what he told me to get. I could have just used Bitcoin. The problem with Bitcoin is how long it takes to get the money from your bank into Coinbase. I use Coinbase. And so, like, if you buy Bitcoin, it takes like 3 to 5 days for it to go from your bank account into your Bitcoin wallet. But I've also heard that I was looking at 2 plus 2. Jesus Christ, fucking nose. I was looking at 2plus2.com. God, I hadn't logged in there in a while. And it doesn't, it kind of, I got the impression that nobody there was digging ACR, that a lot of people had problems there, et cetera, et cetera. However, I'll tell you what I was reminded of, though. I started thinking about something. I was like, why don't I just get fucking poker software, and why don't I just host my own private poker game on my own server? Invite only, you know? And then I thought, oh, wait a minute. I don't got to do that. I know a guy that's already doing that. I have a friend. I don't want to give too much. Actually, maybe he actually might want me to promote it. I got to see what he wants me to promote, though. Why is my phone burning up, dude? My phone is like hot as fuck for some reason. I'm gonna reboot this shit. It's not even. There's no apps running or anything, and it's like 1,000 fucking degrees. So you can use PokerStars software to play in home games. Yeah, but can you rake it? Okay, well, anyway, I would want to. I would want to be able to put the software on my own server, and then people could send me money, and then I would be like the bank, and then I could rake the fucking game. Although raking it would be illegal, so I guess what I would do instead is they would send me the money, and they would play, and then if I don't rake the game but they tip me, that is not illegal. Yeah, I know it would be illegal, Dub. So okay, so that's getting to my point. Is I have a friend. As I started thinking about this, I was like, wait a minute, I don't have to get software and host my own game. I got a friend of mine that does that. I just forgot about it. Like at the beginning of the pandemic, a buddy of mine was like, hey man, I've got a private online poker room. If you wanna play some poker, and at the time the pandemic just hit, I was like, I don't want to spend a nickel on anything. And I was just we were all shocked, and I was like, it wasn't like now. Now I'm just fucking jonesing to play. But so I reached out to him to be like, hey man, you still running that game? And he is. He runs his on a mobile app. It's a mobile app called Poker Bros. And so on Poker Bros, you can create private. Well, he also used to. I don't know if he still runs it or manages it. He also ran a private poker club in Texas. Isn't it funny? Texas is all like, Texas, we're free, do whatever you want, but don't smoke weed or gamble. It's fucking called Texas Hold'em, and it's illegal to play there. But they've got these private clubs that you can become a member of. And so my buddy used to manage or own whatever it is. He's a fucking wealthy guy, but he managed or owned a poker club in Texas, a private poker club. Now he is like living somewhere else. And why is Poker Bros a scam? If he's first of all, this is a very close friend of mine. So even if Poker Bros is a scam, my friend isn't scamming me. No, explain it to me. I don't want to fucking do the research. Maybe it's a scam for other people, but the guy that's inviting me to this is is one of my closest friends. He's one of my favorite people, and 1,000% my buddy would not be fucking me over. Um, Maybe he's fucking somebody else over. I don't know. But basically, what he said was, we have our own room. It's private. You PayPal or Venmo me the money, and so I guess you send him the money, and then he credits your account. But so I don't know in what way I would be getting scammed by playing in a private online poker game for real money on an app. So outside of that, tell me, how is Poker Bros a scam? I'm in the middle of a show. I can't like Google it, and I mean, unless it's simple. It's not. If it's a simple explanation, you could, because you'll never get paid out. By whom? So maybe this is what you're saying. Are you saying there's lots of people hosting private games on there, and then when you go to cash out, they don't pay you? I could see that happening. But if I were to do it, I would only invite people that I was close to. And the person inviting me, I'm very close to. I know he'll pay me out. As a matter of fact, this guy, if I just flat out asked him for money, he'd probably give it to me. But I got $100 huge New York Poker King. Ripped a lot of people off. Yes, okay. I could see somebody nefarious starting this up. Everyone he knew. Wow, he ripped off everybody he knew, huh? Wow. All right, let me take a look at that. I remember New York Poker. Unless it's the same guy, unless it's a different guy with the same handle. I remember a guy named New York Poker King. I hate that fucking keyboard. He owes $84K. Let's take a look. I'm not looking to be... Dude, I would do... See, people get greedy. If I could... I'm not seeing any online places that look good, man. Ignition. I look at 2+2. Everything looks fucking shady as shit. Yeah, I remember this fucking guy. Adnan Muhammad. Yeah, this guy's been around a while. So he's got pokerclub.ag, online poker. It's housed on the popular PP poker app, membership-based model. Users are added to clubs by the club organizers and then play against others in the same club. Okay. This comes from Wizard 50. Okay. It's brother. So this is PPP. This is Poker Club. Okay, so instead of spreading card games for actual cash, the creator of these applications games are for play chips only. ACR pays out to just have a bot collusion problem. That's why. Yeah, no, I remember that. I definitely wasn't going to play cash on there. In-house currency called diamonds can be purchased with real monies. Players use diamonds to buy things. Club hosts can purchase chips with diamonds. Okay, it's all play money setup. Where this changes is that club owners can sell their chips to players they recruit for real funds and then buy them back later at an agreed upon exchange rate. All right. Hold on. I got to reread that sentence. Hey, Mr. Dark Lightning. Ah, fucking cunt. I didn't do your stinger yet. Sorry. Haven't seen you around. Shit. I knew I had something to do. Fuck. I'll work on that, my brother. Let me reread this sentence. Okay. Club owners can sell their chips to players they recruit for real funds. So I recruit Dub, and I sell you some chips. And then I buy them back later. So, like, I sell you. So, what's the deal? Like, I sell you $100 worth of chips, and I buy them back for $110. It's kind of like a vig. Is that kind of the idea? Some are legit. Just play money. PPP poker rakes the table, standard 5%. So the chips that club agents are required to translate into cash are fewer than the amounts initially purchased. Okay. Poker club uses. This is why I didn't want to get into this, because I knew this was going to be a whole fucking long thing. Well, listen, the guy, my buddy that invited me on Poker Bros is one of my best friends, and I'd be playing with such a small amount of money on there that what is he gonna do? Rip me off for a couple $1,000s? It's like I'm not worried about it. Wow, look at this. Judge rejects plea by restaurant group to block LA County ban on outdoor dining. Yeah, they banned outdoor dining here. We can't even eat outside in LA. The attorneys, I guess the restaurants fucking did a quick lawsuit trying to, making a last ditch effort to let them stay, have the outdoor dining, but nope. Judge said in the absence of solid evidence from the association showing the dining ban was inappropriate, he would not schedule further hearings. The attorneys asked the judge to issue an order to stop the closures from going forward unless health officials could provide scientific evidence that backing the decision to impose the dining ban, and the judge denied the request, calling the evidence the association presented insufficient to overturn the ban or to require the county to provide the data in his... I live in a fucking hellscape in LA. It's almost becoming a point of pride with me. That's right. Everybody's leaving, but I'm still here. You pussies. Too crazy. A buddy of mine, we were going to go have Thanksgiving dinner together at a place in Burbank, and we were going to eat outside, but when this got canceled, now my buddy's going to do takeout for us. So I should have, man, I should have fucking flown to Florida and just kind of spent Thanksgiving with my brother and nephew. Jesus Christ. Bill Murray's brother, Ed, the inspiration behind Caddyshack, dies. Wow. I don't think I even knew Bill Murray had a brother. 70-year-old, Bill Murray's 70. Named after Ed introduced the Murray family to this wonderful game of golf by way of caddying at Indian Hills Country Club at the age of 10. Ed was the recipient of the Evans Scholarship in '63, attending Northwestern University. Scholarship awarded to golf caddies. A family storyline which served as inspiration for the Danny Noonan character in Caddyshack. I remember that. Very cool. That's a bummer, man. Wonder how old of a guy. Bill Murray's 70, so I wonder how old his brother was, if he was older or what. Yes, you did know Bill's brother. Bill. No, I didn't. How do I know Bill Murray's brother? Explain to me, Dub. I'm still mad about the $4 you cost me today. Brian Doyle Murphy been in everything? Really? Let's see. Brian Doyle. I fucking hate this keyboard. I really thought I was going to like it. Can't type on this fucking thing. Let's see. Let's check out his IMDb. Brian Doyle Murray. I always want to say Murray. He was born in 45. I didn't know he was actually an actor. Oh, yeah, so he's been in all kinds of shit. Yeah, you're right. Gotta look at a picture of this fucking guy, though. I don't recognize him. But you're right, with all the shit he's been in, I've clearly seen him before. Oh, yeah, the younger pics? Was he on SNL? I don't know. It's not ringing a bell. All right. They're still talking about the piece of metal in the Utah desert. YouTube just suspended. Oh, look at this, man. Fucking. Will the censorship ever end? Just suspended OANN after it said the conservative media outlet promoted a fake cure for COVID. One American News Network. They're suspended from posting videos and monetizing its content for a week. You've been bad. You're in trouble for a week. This reminds me of, like, you know, when Howard Stern got in trouble and they suspended him for a day. Do you remember that? They got mad because Howard, they said he was promoting Sirius XM too much. So they suspended him and told him he wasn't allowed to talk about where he was going to be going. So fucking stupid. Petty bullshit. Site's policies prohibit users from posting content that claims there's a guaranteed cure for the coronavirus disease. Suspension comes as misinformation surrounding the pandemic and the election continues to proliferate. Social media platforms are trying to crack down on misinformation. How do you crack down on misinformation? You know, if you were just living your life and you were just talking to people, people have, you know, misinformation all the time. People constantly say shit to me where I'm like, that's not true. You know, it depends on my mood whether or not I'm going to say anything. Did anybody watch JRE with the guy from the CEO of Whole Foods, Jack Mackey, I think is his name? And they got into a pretty heated thing, you know, him and Joe arguing about plant-based diets and wah, 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 wah. And, you know, it's two guys that were very sure they both knew the right answers. I think the right answer is always in the middle, man. You want to be a vegan? Go ahead, be gay. I don't care. But for everybody else, for anybody else that wants to actually enjoy life and be a human, you know, the world, your body, people, it's just kind of a natural law of the universe. It doesn't like shit being extreme, you know? It doesn't want you, like when people are like on an all meat diet, I'm like, I don't know about the all meat diet, man. It's like, why can't you just do something in the middle? Why can't you eat like a protein and some veggies and some good carbs? That seems like, that's the closest thing I've ever been to on a diet in my life. When I did Body for Life and got in the absolute greatest shape of my life when I was doing Body for Life and jiu-jitsu at the same time, working out twice a day, 4 days a week, and then once a day, the other two with 1 day off. So I would do jiu-jitsu Monday through Thursday and Body through Life Monday through Saturday. And then Sunday was a complete day off and a complete cheat day, free day. And I was never in better shape in my life. I'll tell you a weird thing, though. I wasn't nearly as horny. It was kind of weird. I was like, and I didn't like that. I like being a randy fuck. And I also really was quite tired a lot. I think it was too much to be exercising twice a day like that. But I was eating, following the Body for Life way of eating, which is almost every fucking normal nutritionist or health book or exercise book. They don't all say it the same way, but it's all some version of divide your plate into thirds. 1/3 is a protein, 1/3 is vegetables, and another third is carbs. Now, vegetables are carbs, so I guess you could do 2/3 veggies and a protein. There's a lot of proteins out there, man. You could have a lobster tail. You could have, fish. You could have, for me, bison was a big part of my thing. I ate a lot of bison. It's a great protein. And, in carbs, there's healthy carbs, fruit, that's carbs, yogurt. There's just plenty of fucking carbs out there you could, choose from. So you pick a goddamn, and then of course, the meat, the protein each serving was always supposed to be like around the size of your hand. Like a fist of vegetables or like a palm size of meat. But you know what, man? It's like, why don't you just, a little meat, some veggies, some fruit. Like, why be a fucking freak? Why are you doing this to yourselves? Driving yourselves crazy. But, so when I see, like, Joe arguing with guys about veganism, I'm like, I get it, man. I don't like vegans either. They're pretty fucking lame, but pretty fucking simpletons, really. But gonna hate me, but I think they charge a fee every time you use the green dot card, so dump it all on one purchase for just under the price of the card value. It's fine, don't worry about it. I don't give a fuck. What is this? Pennsylvania Lieutenant Governor Fetterman says GOP put a Grubhub order in for chaos after the election. He blamed the Republicans in Pennsylvania legislature for refusing to give election officials any time before Election Day to pre-canvass mail ballots, which would have meant they could open the outer envelope, check for signatures, and prepare the ballots for counting. That would have eliminated the 3 days of counting after the November 3rd election that took place in Pennsylvania and Michigan. All of it would have been avoided, but he rejected the notion that there was ever a chance the legislation might try to choose electoral college representatives who would re-elect President Trump, overturning the results of the Pennsylvania popular vote. But Biden defeated Trump by more than 80,000 votes. That's quite a thing to bank on, that the people who are supposed to vote, the people that are members of the Electoral College, that you're hoping that they're not going to vote the will of the people. What a fucked up time. I feel like nothing is going to happen until the inauguration. Does anybody else feel like we're kind of like in a limbo now? That we're just kind of like hanging out in this, like, all right, I guess this is it. We got Thanksgiving and then Christmas, and I don't know, man. It might be time for me to get the fuck out of here. One of the reasons I was sticking around is because, this fucking podcast, making these videos and shit, but maybe I could do it on my phone. It might be time. I don't mean like move out, but maybe I should go to fucking Florida for the next month or two. I don't know. Although December, I think I'm going to book gigs in December. Hit the thumbs up button if you guys haven't done it yet. And if you haven't watched my latest scripted video, go ahead and watch it and hit the thumbs up button. It's dying a miserable death, but I think I know why. You know what I think I'm going to do now is I'm going to, instead of, I think I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do shorter videos on trending topics as they're happening, with maybe just slightly less production. So, in other words, let's try it as an example. Like, oh, look at this. Judd Apatow to direct pandemic-inspired comedy for Netflix. That didn't take long, right? Fucking all these pandemic movies and shit are going to be happening. Wow, Jordan Peterson's trending even higher now. Crazy. Let's just go to trending. So, like, for instance, if I were to choose, okay, like this one, we already did the story. Scotland becomes the first country in the world to make sanitary products for free. So maybe, okay, that's trending. It's right now. Maybe instead of like doing a whole goddamn satirical piece with production and all that shit to get 100 views, maybe I'll just fucking jump on stories like that immediately and just do a quick reaction. So it's like, you guys know like Sayan's Entertainment? That's kind of what he does. But, I'll do it with with jokes. So it'll be like, hey, Scotland's made tampons free. And it's part of the law now. And, but maybe I'll still do like a satirical thing. Maybe I'll still like, okay, so let's see. Scotland made tampons free. Like, how about, like, what would be, it's hard to do just this quick off the top of my head. But like, how about, okay, France to make deodorant free by law, right? So it'd be like, as you may have heard, so maybe I just go, breaking news, Scotland becomes the first country in the world to make sanitary products free by law. And by the way, in related news, not to be outdone, France has decided they're going to start giving their citizens deodorant for free. And maybe I'll finally go there now. All right, way to go, Europe, giving away shit. And boom, that's the video. You see what I'm saying? Maybe just do jokes. Maybe jump on the trending story, do some jokes about it. Maybe I don't need maybe throw up a couple of pictures. I'm going to try that. The problem with this last one I did, where I tried to do like news headlines and I did like 6 of them, it's hard to optimize it for YouTube. It's like, I put in a variety of keywords and tags and shit, but none of it wasn't, we'll know for sure December 14th if the Electoral College chooses Trump against the voters. I don't think that's going to happen. Do you think that could happen, Dub? I I went to hit the mic button so that I could cough like that. Instead, I hit the wrong button. So I showed you my desktop and then I coughed at you. Sorry. Uh, Mark Garrigus was saying that he thinks it's like a 50-50 shot about what's going to happen. Here's the Mark Garrigus angle if you haven't heard of it. It's already happened 3 times in U.S. history. Which 3 times, Dub? I'll tell you what Mark Garrigus said that's kind of interesting. Mark Garrigus, I just keep saying his name, said that Trump's problem is not on the federal level. He doesn't fear that because he could pardon himself. He could resign the day before the last day of his presidency. Pence becomes president, and then Pence pardons him, right? He's got no worries on the federal level. His problem is with the, what is it? What's that badass court in Manhattan? The something, whatever district, the 3rd district court. I forget what district it is. The point is, Trump's got problems on the state level in New York and maybe another state as well, but definitely in New York. And so what Mark Garrigus was saying is that he has seen over and over clients, when they get desperate, will do anything to get out of trouble. And he is seeing that behavior with Trump. And he thinks it was their plan all along not to have any of the lawsuits they filed stand up, but instead to create a ton of chaos and to just have everything just be a fucking bungled mess. And I guess, and that basically, I'm trying to remember kind of like how he wrapped this up, but I guess the gist of it is that he will do anything he can to stay in power to avoid the potential criminal charges he faces on the state level. And as a result of his desperation, Trump believes that, Mark Garrigus believes that Trump, due to his desperation, will do anything to remain in power. And he did describe a scenario, and I think it's basically what you're saying. I'm trying to remember exactly what he said, but he basically was like, if this happens and then that happens and they overturn it and Trump, stays, then the country burns. He literally used the same exact phrasing as you when you said this country's going to burn. So Mark Garrigus put it as like a 50-50 shot. Do you want me to see if I can find it real quick? I did a pretty good job of explaining what he said, but I'd like to hear here. Let's see if I can find this in a reasonable amount of time.
Michigan Republican state legislators to the White House yesterday.
Did they show up?
They showed up. They came out. They made various statements. But this is not a conspiracy theory. If you watch, one of Trump's architects of this is Ken Starr. I know Ken Starr. Ken Starr was the independent counsel who prosecuted.
I may have gotten lucky and just gone to the exact right place I needed to. Happened in 2016, an election from Colorado, voted for Kasich instead of Clinton, defying. Oh, wow. But what about on the presidential level, Dub?
And went after Bill Clinton. That changed the course of my career. I defended Bill Clinton's ex-business partner, Susan McDougal. I know what Starr was doing. The other guy who was in the mix back then in Whitewater was David Bossie. David Bossie is now the person.
This was crazy, man. The fucking Corolla had to do 3 shows at the West Palm Beach Improv. I see what you're saying. Sorry, Dub. I read that real quick. Sorry, brother. I'm fucking. I read what you said to. I don't know what the fuck I see what you're saying. That's right. I forgot about it. Now that you're saying it, I remember that. That is right. Okay, what do you think the chances are that happens for Trump, though?
That Trump named head of elections 2 weeks ago. The only reason you haven't seen him recently is because David has contracted coronavirus. The third part of this supposed wheel, if you will, is the...
Oh, so I was going to say is Corolla had to do 3 shows at the goddamn West Palm Beach Improv on this night that they were doing this live cast. And fucking Mark Garrigus kept on making him do shots of tequila. I mean, just one after another after another. And Corolla during the second show is like, I got to do another show. Mark Garrigus didn't. Corolla did. And he's like, motherfucker, the third show is going to be a nightmare. I'm going to be throwing up on the audience. And I'm listening to this. I'm going, I'm going to throw up just listening to it. Chances are great or Trumpers are in a cult. That is true.
The people who were doing the architects, if you will, of Whitewater, they're all in the mix, all of them.
All right, so if this thing goes to the Supreme Court...
Supreme Court, I'm telling you right now, if you had to handicap it, it's always tough. Tom...
Let me back this up a little bit. I guess, went too far. So let's see if I can figure it.
Enough of, as Adam would say, chaos.
Here it is. This is exactly what I was saying. This is where he's talking about. He's not. Trump doesn't want didn't expect the lawsuits to actually win. It was just to create chaos. This is where I was saying.
So that the Republican legislatures would send a slate that was not going to vote for Biden. That throws it into the House of Representatives.
Okay, I maybe that's what I'm missing right there. What does that mean? Throws it into a...
That is the legislature there was ultimately to create enough of, as Adam would say, chaos, so that the Republican legislatures would send a slate that was not going to vote for Biden. That throws it into the House of Representatives. That is the most logical case to get to the U.S. Supreme Court and to have the U.S. Supreme Court rule on the issue of whether state legislatures control the game. Because if you have read the opinions by the Supreme Court in the last 8 weeks, they keep talking about Article 2 and state legislatures. So for all of you who think he's going to concede, my humble opinion, I don't think that's going to happen unless somebody promises him he's got immunity on the state level, and I don't see that happening.
See, that's what I was saying, is that Garrigus is saying that he's not worried about the federal shit. He's worried about what could happen to him on the state level.
I think he thinks that this is ultimately going to be decided in the U.S. Supreme Court, and it's going to be decided on Article 2 and the state legislatures.
And if it gets to the Supreme Court, what do you think the ruling is?
Look, he's got in his pocket right now, Alito has already come out, and in that Federalist speech he gave, and in the concurring/dissenting, because it's kind of unique, opinion that he wrote in the 4-4 Pennsylvania. He already laid the groundwork for the...
If the states Biden won do not certify their elections, legislatures in those states get to choose the candidate.
The Article 2 electors argument.
If you find some snails and you put them on ice cubes, they'll come out if you want to see what they look like.
And Kavanaugh, in the other case, and I always forget if it was Michigan or Wisconsin, he already did 3.5 paragraphs on Article 2 and the electors. And for those of you who pay attention to this stuff and are not a legal geek like me, he had 2 of the Michigan Republican state legislators to the White House yesterday.
Did they show up?
They showed up. They came out. They made various statements. But this is not a conspiracy theory. If you watch, one of Trump's architects of this is Ken Starr. I know Ken Starr. Ken Starr was the independent
This is where we came in. So basically, by the end of this, Garrigus says that he gives it like a 50-50 shot. Yeah. Okay, so everybody, you, Mark Garrigus, you say if it happens, the country burns. What does that mean, the country burns? What do you think would happen? Like, who would be the people that came out of the house and started setting fires? Would it be the woke people? Would it be everybody on the left? Would it, I mean, where would it begin? What city would it begin in? How would it begin? What would it mean for me sitting in my apartment, you think? You think I would literally look outside and people would just be in the fucking neighborhood just going crazy? Just fucking, I'm not able to load my magazines fast enough, that kind of thing. Yeah, so this all happens... what's the date? December 14th. Fucking crazy, man. This is the craziest shit. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Vanderbilt women's goalie suits up for football. Okay. Shorthanded by COVID-19. Vanderbilt reportedly brings in women's soccer team goalkeeper to practice. Starting goalkeeper, Commodores women's soccer. Did not attempt any kicks. She went through walkthroughs with the coaching staff. Okay. Boring. You do not want to be in LA if that happens. Oh, fuck. I think you're probably right. I think you're probably right. John Kerry is going to be Biden's climate czar. Did you know that? I think people forget about John Kerry and how he got swift-boated. Remember that bullshit? I think John Kerry would have been a good president. I really do. Don't always like what he's doing or has done, but I think he would have been a good president. I can't remember who it was. I read this really in-depth interview in Playboy magazine when John Kerry was running for president. And the person being interviewed, I can't remember who it was for the life of me. Somebody I respected, though, and they were saying, you know, who do you think would really make the best president of the contenders right now, the people that are running? And he gave a very convincing argument for John Kerry. Basically, again, this is a million years ago now. I don't even remember who the interview was with, but I just remembered it was Playboy magazine because I remember it was very in-depth, and I remember going, wow, all right. And I remember telling my brother, like, I think John Kerry, based on what I'm reading here, I could get behind this guy. Yeah, definitely a war hero. In a war we shouldn't have been in, like all wars. When are we going to stop as a populace allowing a handful of people to pit us against one another? First time ever, the United States will have a full-time climate leader to participate in the ministerial level meetings. And that's a fancy way of saying he'll have a seat at every table around the world. For the first time ever, there will be a principal on the National Security Council who can make sure climate change is on the agenda in the Situation Room. I got to tell you, I have no problem with the climate czar. Let's just get rid of the drug czar. And let's get away from using that term czar, by the way. How about that? He'll be matched with high-level White House climate policy coordinator, policy-making structure to be announced in December. I almost feel like I wish John Kerry was in a different spot. Look at those titties. Look at that. Wow. What are you guys selling? Let me get rid of this. I was a wedding photographer. Wow, look at those titties. That's an ad. That's a good ad. So tempting to click on, but I'm not going to do it. That's the best part right there is those titties. There's only one problem with these titties. They're not big enough. Just saying. If Andrew Yang heads up the If Andrew Yang heads up the Department of Labor, he's going to break up the UFC monopoly and install the Ali Act for fighters. No more fighters under contract. We'll get to see cross-promotion fights. That'd be cool. My dream ticket would have been Andrew Yang, Tulsi Gabbard. That would have been my dream ticket. And since that was highly unrealistic, I would have been happy with Bernie Sanders and Tulsi or Bernie Sanders and Andrew Yang. I think Andrew Yang is really a forward-thinking guy that understands technology. And I think Andrew Yang could, be for America what Uber was for the cab companies. Man, my shoulder is fucked up. Cuomo and wow, these fucking pieces of shit governors. Cuomo invited his mother for Thanksgiving. New Yorkers noticed. Garcetti, Cuomo, Newsom, all fucking piles of shit. He announced Monday afternoon he invited his 89-year-old mother, Matilda, and two of his daughters to celebrate a very Cuomo Thanksgiving. Fuck you. I'm getting infuriated. I shouldn't have stayed here. I should have gone home for Thanksgiving. I just realized, man, it's too late now. How much although with plane tickets, who knows? I could leave tomorrow. Let's see, what's a plane ticket to Fort Lauderdale tomorrow? Let's take a look. Fuck this. I should have just done that. I don't know why I didn't. Fucking. Let's see here. Flights. I'm going to Fort Lauderdale. Fuck this noise. From LAX. I'm trying. Fort Lauderdale. Oh, shit. Oh. I just spilled my beer. Hold on. It's an emergency. I've got an emergency situation here. The joints are safe. We're okay. The mouse is a little wet. My foot's wet. Let's see. I'm going. Wednesday the 25th. Stay to December 1st. Look at this. Dude, they're not that much. I gotta clean up this mess though. Dude, they're not $225. I got to get a towel. Hold on. Let me put on some music here. So, dude, I got. I could be there by 10 o'clock tomorrow night for $163. I should fucking go. 223, 243, 272. Dude. These are round. Dude, these are round trip. Hold on. Let's do nonstop. I got a nonstop flight for 223. Look at that. It's not even 2 days' notice, dude. It's today. It's already after midnight. This is for today. This is Wednesday the 25th. Plane leaves at 4:25 today. Gets me there at midnight because of the time difference. And I could stay to December 1st. Should fucking go. Motherfuckers. Cocksucking motherfucking COVID piece of shit fucks. That's JetBlue too, by the way. Anyway, so his arrogance and hypocrisy knows no bounds. Representative Elif Stefanik, an upstate Republican recently elected to a fourth term, wrote on Twitter, "Do as I say, not as I do." No shit. Fuck this guy. As bad as Cuomo is, though, at least you don't have Newsom. Newsom's worse. He wrote a memoir about the coronavirus's darkest days. American crisis, leadership lessons. I forgot about this. This piece of shit wrote a book about dealing about, oh, here's what I've learned from fucking up the pandemic. Here's what I learned from telling old people to go back to a nursing home so they could die. Even though New York leads all states in deaths with more than 33,000, and now it's got a second wave. By the way, most people are saying this isn't even a second wave. This is the third wave. They said we already had the second wave. And then there's Newsom, who went to the fucking dinner at Napa Valley restaurant. These fucking cocks. They're all such pieces of shit. You may want to get out of there December 14th. Yeah. I don't think it's going to. Well, you didn't answer me. What do you think, man? Mark Garrigus says 50-50. What do you think, Dubstyle? What are the chances the Electoral College just says, the electorates to say, fuck it, we're doing what we want? And if they do, you didn't answer any of my questions. Which city goes nuts first? Who goes nuts? I mean, who are the people that react? Because it's not, I mean, I think it's a given that you're normal. The people that have already been protesting, right? The Black Lives Matter, those people would, but this would be not just affecting the woke cult or the woke religion. This is something that would be because there's a lot of people. They're not like me. I've realized they don't, they're low information voters. And they don't even know the story of Proud Boys. They don't know the story of BLM, or they don't know what woke is. They don't know what cancel culture is about. They don't understand postmodernism or intersectionalism. I get that. They're regular people. So you're a regular liberal. You're doing your job. You're raising your kids, and you're watching CNN. And you only know what you know from the mainstream media and what your friends and family all seem to think. And listen, you don't have to be a fucking political genius to observe, to see what's gone on the last 4 years and be disgusted by Trump, right? So you're a regular person, you go, fuck it, I'm going to vote for Biden. And then everybody's dancing in the streets and celebrating. And again, you're a regular person. You're just going, okay, things worked out. I voted for Biden. He won. But then what happens? You find out your vote doesn't mean shit because the electors say, fuck it, we're going to ignore your will and we're going to put Trump in. So my question is, obviously, the people that are always eager to protest are going to protest. But what about the regular people who haven't been in the streets, who become livid, who just lose their fucking minds when that happens? You think they are going to try to steal it. Well, they're in the process of trying to steal it. People are calling what Trump's doing a slow-moving coup. You think it'll start in D.C., L.A., and Portland. What about Seattle? I think D.C. is a good bet. I think you're right, though. I think at the epicenter, I think D.C. would probably explode. But I actually think it would be D.C. Well, it would be all the major cities for sure. Absolutely, all the major cities. But what I'm saying is, in what way? Like, how does it happen? Is it your regular protesters go out and just start looting and burning and destroying shit? Or is it different this time? Do regular people join them and go, fuck it? In other words, does it look like the riots all over again, or does it look different? This just seems like if that were to happen, it would be an existential crisis for the company, for the country and the democracy. And do you agree with Garrigus that it's a 50-50 shot that it happens? He's a smart guy, man, and he's basically saying the team Trump has assembled, he knows that legal team, and he knows what they're trying to do, and he knows that if they're successful in pushing it up to the Supreme Court, that Trump's got a chance, and he's saying it's 50-50. I've been to Mark Garrigus's house. A friend, two of my friends, they married each other, and their wedding was at his house. Well, they're at the wedding reception. It's like, hey, everybody, give us your attention. Hi, I'm Mark Garrigus, and yeah, this is my house, and just want to say how much I love these two. I was like, oh shit, I'm at Mark Garrigus's house. I didn't really know anything about him at the time. I knew a little bit about him, but now that I've become more familiar with him, being on Corolla, I wish I had talked to him. I didn't even talk to him. Didn't even say hi to him. I wish I had. But point is, he's a smart guy. And he sees what's going on here. And did he represent OJ, or what was his deal with OJ? I know he's done a bunch of high profile shit, Chris Brown, but he's got a nice fucking house, I'll tell you that much. Has a beautiful fucking home. He was on the Dream Team? Oh. Yeah, that's kind of disgusting, huh? It's really funny to hear him say it. He thinks defense attorneys are the good guys. But then you realize that's all shit. The prosecution shit, the defense is shit, our legal system is shit. Everything is shit. Except for my hair. And my graceful aging. And my unfettered horniness. Mr. Dark Lightning, I wonder if he's still here. Let's take a look. It's a weird thing. If I click participants, I only see people who are actually actively chatting. Like if you chat and you don't chat for a long time, then it doesn't show you as there. I'm really glad this case protected those joints. Anyway, if the point is, if he's saying it's 50-50, I find that pretty scary. I don't know. What do we got? We've got basically 3 weeks until December 14th. We shall see. What are you doing for Thanksgiving, Dub? Checks which states have COVID travel restrictions. Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, California. I know, not Florida, of course. You bought a 25-pound bird. Who you having Thanksgiving with? Anybody? Or are you doing that all by yourself? Treasury Secretary Mnuchin's moving $455 billion of unspent stimulus money into a fund the incoming Biden administration can't deploy without Congress. It's just, what the fuck? You know, you weren't here at the beginning of the cast. At the beginning of the cast, I checked out what was trending. And I'm like, what a fun day of fun night of trending stuff. It's all like, it's not COVID, it's not Trump, it's not politics. It was all fun shit. I mean, fun by being something different. Like Jordan Peterson's trending, and people are talking shit about Jordan Peterson. So like, oh, finally something different to talk about. For the love of God. But it didn't take long. We're right back here at this kind of nonsense. I cook from my house. I rent rooms out my 4-bedroom on the beach. Nice. You live in Florida? Is that correct? I forget where you live. You're a Floridian. think, right? Yes. Satellite Beach, that's right. Great spot. It's have you ever heard of the Villages? A friend of mine, I don't know if he's going to move there or not. A friend of mine, I'd never heard of it. About a year ago, he told me, he goes, "Oh, I'm checking out what's the Villages?" He goes, "Oh, you never heard of the Villages?" He goes, "It's a retirement community. It's like the biggest one in the fucking world." And he was telling me all about it. So I went on YouTube and started checking out the Villages. And it was pretty funny because I'm watching all these videos about this retirement community. And I see the comments, and there's other people that are just like me that are like, this one guy's like, "Yeah, I'm 16 years old. I don't know why I'm watching videos about this retirement community, but I can't stop." And I'm right there with you, buddy. And he wasn't alone. I was like, so I'm watching these videos, and my friend that's thinking about moving there, I don't know if he's still going to or not. I forget where he left off with it, but he basically said, he's like, "I don't think I can deal with the politics there with all the Trump shit." I saw there was a whole, I saw videos of people in the Villages, like on golf carts fighting with people, Trumpers versus anti-Trumpers. But that was a big concern for him with moving there, was that it was just Trump country, and he's super liberal, my friend. But all right, let's see. Let's check out Mnuchin's fuckery. So it's the Villages have a huge STD problem since Viagra came out. Yeah, that's actually out here too at different senior living facilities. I think that's a countrywide problem. So why is there $455 billion in unspent stimulus? Dude, send me just $1 billion. I'll be good. You got 455, just give me one. That amount includes money Mnuchin's yank. Isn't his name like kind of, doesn't make you always think of douche? Like Mnuchin. So that $455 billion includes money Mnuchin's yanking from the Federal Reserve and unused loans for companies. The funds will be deposited into the Treasury's General Fund, which requires legislative approval to use the money elsewhere. The Treasury Department did not immediately respond to a request for comment. What up, Ms. B? So this move, experts say, will unlikely undercut the ability of Mnuchin's likely successor, Janet Yellen, she's always yelling, from restarting the Fed's lending program at a similar scale early next year. Instead, she'll only have $80 billion at her discretion. I fucking, this Mnuchin guy. You always start now like when I start my paperwork. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm ending soon. I think I've been on a while. So I seem to miss the first half. TT. I don't know what's going on. Whatever. Listen. It's like they were. Titty. It's a crying face. Not over here, it's not. It's probably because my chat screen is all zoomed in. Shit doesn't display the same. But over here, it's just a T-T. All right. Ernie Tedeschi, policy economist at Everyone ISI, called Mnuchin's decision a dangerous move. The U.S. economy faces a perilous moment in the pandemic. It's not an emoji on my end. You got to see it on my end. It doesn't look anything like an emoji. It's one more enormous risk we're piling onto the winter in the U.S. atop other risks already here. We may need that backstop again as cases have now blown through the prior peak. State and local governments are making cuts. We're about to kick off millions of people from unemployment insurance. Hey, motherfuckers, you tell me I can't work the whole year and then you're not going to give me any money? So what am I supposed to do? Just fucking wither away and die? I'm clearly not making it on YouTube, motherfuckers. I've got 14 goddamn fan club members. It's the emojis we had before emojis were a thing. They do want me to starve. Fucking... I ate soup for dinner tonight and it was delicious. Split pea and ham. It's been 14 members for a while. What I'm saying is I've got a long way to go if I want to pay my health insurance. I wasn't bragging. I'm a goddamn star. I should be able to get more than 14 members. What a fucking weird life I have where I'm signing an autograph 1 minute and then I can't get more than 14 people to give me $5 the next. What the fuck did I do with my life? Anyway, Treasuries. This is the Treasury's last ham-handed effort to ham-handed bill ham-handed effort to undermine the Biden administration. The good news is it's illegal and can be reversed next year. Well, that's good. This development came after Mnuchin recently announced he was not extending most of the Fed's emergency lending program past December 31st, including those supporting markets for corporate bonds and other providing loans to medium-sized businesses and state governments. This fucking asshole. I did it again. Sorry, guys. I meant to hit the mic and I hit the desktop. That was supposed to be a cough button, and instead I coughed directly into you. That's twice I've done that tonight. They always have money for the military. They always have money for their rich billionaire friends. The Treasury and the central bank jointly operate the lending programs under the CARES Act. It should really be called the We Don't CARES Act, which Congress approved in March. The pandemic relief doesn't mandate Mnuchin move the money into Treasury's general fund. It could keep it within easy reach for President-elect Joe Biden, another part of money until 2026. Don't feel bad. Michael Lenoki traveled around the country opening for Chris D'Elia, and you have a more active live stream. And he's a decent stand-up. I don't know who he is. COVID can transfer digitally now. Touring around the country opening from Chris D'Elia isn't like I probably make more money than he does still. That's so I don't know. I don't know the guy. Maybe I've met him, and if I saw him, I'd recognize him. Oh, you. I don't know. But I'm a bigger fucking star than Michael Lenoki. I know that. All right. I gotta wrap this up. How long have I been doing this stupid shit? I know Chris D'Elia sold out huge venues. What do I give a fuck? He's not Chris D'Elia. He's Michael Lenoki. I know Chris D'Elia a little bit. I've performed in the same shows as Chris. I performed with Chris at the Improv. He doesn't know me for fuck all. He might recognize my face. Not like I ever hung out with him, but I've met him, sat in the green room with him, performed on stage with him. I didn't open for Chris D'Elia. I was just one of the many comics on the lineup. As an equal, if you will, to Chris D'Elia. I know, Dub. I'm just kidding, dude. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding with you, my brother. This is all a joke. I'm always joking. But I got to give you credit. You went a long time tonight before you sucked the life out of any attempt I was having fun, making it having fun. All right. What is this about? Sonny Vaccaro auctioning off one-of-a-kind Michael Jordan shoes to expose the lie. I don't know who Sonny Vaccaro is. He pushed for Nike to sign Michael Jordan coming out of North Carolina. He remains hurt and bitter over his omission from ESPN's 10-part documentary last summer. Hoping to prove he played an instrumental role. I still haven't watched that documentary, by the way. Hoping to prove that he played an instrumental role in Jordan's rise from coveted prospect to cultural phenomenon, Vaccaro is putting a one-of-a-kind piece of memorabilia up for auction. He's selling a pair of autographed black Air Jordan 6s that the Bulls legend presented him as a gift after wearing them to a start Game 4 of the 91 NBA Finals. He's 81 years old, and this guy's fucking all bitter. He originally wanted his grandkids to inherit the shoes after he died, but then I guess he told them to fuck themselves. He changed his mind because he wanted to push against Nike's attempts to erase him from Jordan's story and describe being left out of The Last Dance as the straw that broke the camel's back, which is weird because he's actually a human being and not a camel. I gotta say, there is something to putting cartoons and shit on cigarettes. Like, they banned that. But when I was a little kid, I had all my relatives smoked. I'd see my aunts, one aunt in particular, she smoked Camels. And when I saw that Camel on that cigarette package, I got to say, I was like, I want to smoke that brand of cigarettes, you know? All I'm saying is that Camel made me want to smoke cigarettes as a kid. Anyway, that's the reason the shoe's being sold. He's trying to get, I don't know what does that mean? He just gets some attention? They could fetch between $500,000 to $700,000. He's vague about how he's going to use the profits. Only that he and his wife Pam will do good things with the money. So I'm trying to figure out how is this just to get attention so he can tell his story? The Last Dance was revisionist history, Charles said. You have young kids coming up who think Sonny had nothing to do with the process of Michael Jordan. I'm hitting all the wrong buttons tonight. It was supposed to be the weed one. What's with me, man? I'm like one button off on everything tonight. That's me, one button off. Could be worse. Zumach's going to prison. Good. Fuck that guy. Were you on here when I told you my story about how he ripped me off? Fuck that fucking douche. Chad Zumach. Good. He can go to prison, and then when he gets out of prison, his whole act will be about prison. Be like, yeah, guys, he ain't gonna go to prison for that shit. And if he does, what, for like a week? Give me a break. Had to get some water. Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to figure out how this is gonna fix his history. Anyway, it's wrong. Regardless of what Phil Knight and other people think, you should not dismiss history. This is an opportunity to tell people. You're telling people I didn't know Michael? Well, look at this. This poor bitter fuck. Who gives a shit? He's got 36 charges of using stolen credit cards. He'll get 3. He'll do... You think so, man? 36 charges of... I mean, I don't know. Whatever. He'll just use it for fucking material. You know what he'll do? He'll come out of prison and he'll have a fucking fresh hour of material about being in prison, and he'll end up a millionaire. And I'll be here with fucking you. Me and you will be hanging out. But you know, I don't care anymore, man. Live in the present. That's all that matters. Just live in the present. I really am trying not to be goal-oriented. I'm really trying to enjoy the moment I'm in. Nike meets Michael Jordan via Sonny. If the pairing of Jordan and Nike is the most significant sports marketing partnership in American history, Vaccaro portrayed himself as the visionary behind the alliance. He said when he worked for Nike in '84, he persuaded the apparel brand to enter the basketball market, bet big on a charismatic guard from North Carolina who wasn't even projected to be the number 1 pick in the draft. The combination of Jordan's transcendent talent, Nike's groundbreaking marketing, were matching kerosene, levels of fame and fortune. Vaccaro called his friendship with Jordan the greatest time of my life. Insisted not once did he ask the Bull Star for tickets or memorabilia. Even turned down an offer from Jordan to attend a '91 NBA Finals game in L.A. Watched it from Palm Springs when Jordan captured his first championship. Next morning, Vaccaro learned that Jordan left him a thank you present at the L.A. area hotel where the Bulls stayed. The box stayed in his hotel storage room for a week till Vaccaro came to pick it up, discovered his autographed game-worn shoes inside. Shoes had been wrapped up in a closet in my house for 30 years. I was showing them to maybe 3 or 4 people. My kids knew about the shoes, but I don't think any of them ever saw them. This old fucker seems like a crazy old kook. Those shoes represent the pinnacle of his relationship with Nike and Jordan. Nike fired Vaccaro a few months later, driving a wedge between him and Jordan, beginning a Cold War that lasted for decades. He went to rival Adidas, built the company's basketball brand by signing Kobe Bryant, Tracy McGrady, dozens of top high school and grassroots teams, worked for Reeboks. Pettiness of the sneaker wars remains, even though Vaccaro's almost retired. This is so fucking funny. Why doesn't Jordan fucking step up for him? Jesus Christ, Miss B, you're a fucking loon. You hate the food and find... It's not a celebration of genocide. It has nothing to do with that. Thanksgiving is one of the few holidays that we have that has nothing to do with religion. It's really about everybody getting together and being together. You should revisit the real history of Thanksgiving. Oh my God. And you know what? Fuck those Indians. You think all those Indians were nice people? A lot of them were raping and pillaging each other. You think the Indians were like nice people? You think it was all like Dances with Wolves and shit? A lot of those Indians were fucking savages who raped and pillaged on the reg. Other Indian tribes, by the way. Give me a fucking break. You don't fucking like ham? I'm with you on the turkey and the cranberry sauce. I eat that out of tradition. But come on, you don't like ham and stuffing and being with your friends and family and drinking and laughing? Oh, Thanksgiving is my favorite goddamn fucking day of the year. It really is. I am so fucking bummed that I can't celebrate it with the people I normally celebrate it with. Anyway, Jordan, Bryant, LeBron, Nike affiliated figures didn't participate in the ESPN and produced about the 30 for 30 documentary that ESPN produced about Vaccaro's influence. He was Despite sitting for a lengthy interview, he was absent from the last dance. Except they had a picture of the back of his head in it. Back of his head in a photo of a meeting between Jordan and Nike. The snub was a gut punch. It's what caused him to retrieve those one-of-a-kind Jordan sneakers from the closet and put them on the market. My point is this happened. I think this will stop the lie. What a petty, sad, kooky old fuck. Deriving his happiness. He's not going to achieve enlightenment before he dies, and he won't know what it's like to be as content as godlike and I am. You don't like stuffing? Oh, holidays are garbage and they're miserable for me? Ugh. I have my own feelings about it. I hate Thanksgiving. I can't eat ham or beef, Zach. Remember? No, I don't remember. I don't even remember your name. I don't remember my own name. I forgot how old I was a couple weeks ago. Also, I don't have any experiences like that in my fucking life. So I'm going to be fucking miserable. Fucking Thanksgiving, you fucking piece of shit fucking holiday. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, Miss B. If I had known this, you should have just flown in, spent Thanksgiving with me. I would have made you would have had a whole different interpretation of Thanksgiving. You'd be like, I love Thanksgiving now. Zach got me all the food that I could eat. He licked me from head to toe. And he gave me $50 and a blanket. I had the greatest fucking time of my life. I love Thanksgiving. My family's garbage and all they ever did was fight when I was a kid. Well, okay, well, create your own Thanksgiving. Make it your own thing. You know, just because their version of Thanksgiving was shit doesn't mean you have to make it that way for yourself. So then don't eat traditional food. Make it your own. I don't know how many different ways I could tell you. Make it your own. Okay, it's COVID, so you can't do it now. But under normal circumstances, you surround yourself with the people that you do want to spend time with, the people you do love. And then you have all of the food that you want. You do it your way and you make it, hey, this is my Thanksgiving. If you don't like it, eat a dick. But this is the way I do it. You don't have any friends? I'm your friend. Come over here, man. We'll do it up. We'll do it up. Maybe next year, next Thanksgiving, assuming that we still have a country. If we have a country next Thanksgiving, I don't know how it is you don't have friends. I love you. I've been your friend for a long time. I've known you forever. It feels like. My dad and brother are in Colorado. None of our family talks to us. You just you gotta make shit your own. Make it your own, woman. I took a plate to the local homeless guy last year. He sleeps on the beach. It's nice you only have one homeless guy. Listen, next year, things are better. I'll consider a Thanksgiving with you, but holidays are just meh. Well, maybe you're just meh. You know, maybe every day could be a holiday. How about that? How about every day could be great? How about it has nothing to do with the holidays? How about it has everything to do with you? Just Raymond, our local pillhead. I'm fucking super fun, man. You'd never have a bad day hanging out with me. I just lick you and tell you how pretty you are. Just give you cash. Play video games with you and lick you some more. Slap your ass. You know, throw you a few more bucks to choke me. And then when you're sleeping, take the money that I gave you out of your wallet and then give it back to you and give it to you the next day again. It'd be like, here's a little shopping money for today. You're like, but you gave me so much last night. Remember we were playing that twisted game you wanted, the weird sex shit you wanted to do? Where you pretended I was a homeless woman in Guatemala that you cleaned up and taught English to? And you showered me with money, and I had never seen so much money in my life because I was Guatemalan, and it was only like $30. But because remember that? We did that last night. I was like, yeah, but here's $30 more. You know, and you're like, you open your wallet, you're like, there's only $30 here. Hey, you gave me 30 last night. It's missing. Well, did you lose it? You must have lost it. You bitches are so crazy. Yeah, I made her call it dinero. Exactly. Well, I was teaching her English, though. So. Fuck. I'm fun. I'll fucking wrestle. I'll teach you jujitsu. If my shoulder ever works again, maybe I might have to tap out and get this thing x-rayed. I'm not doing it until January, though, because I have a feeling I'm going to book some gigs, and I want to be able to perform. And then in January, when shit normally slows down anyway, and we'll probably be in the thick of zero work, I think that's when I'll go ahead and get the x-ray, and they could tell me how I should have had it looked at immediately instead of waiting a couple of months. And then I'll go, well, what do we do now? And they go, well, we're going to have surgery. And I'll be like, yeah, I have to do that surgery. And I use 2 hands to jack off. So what am I going to do then? How am I going to jack off with one fucking hand? That's fucking retarded. You ever see anybody jack off with one hand? This is the fucking dumbest. I'm like, what are you doing? Why even have 2 hands if you're going to just use one? You're a waste of a guy with 2 hands. Oh, what do we do? I got to take a little bathroom. I have to go to El Baño. La Baña. But the question is, do I end the show now? I think maybe I do. I feel like that was maybe as funny as... That's the funniest thing I've talked about tonight. I am ridiculous. That is true. I was thinking about looking into a pet octopus. I feel like that'd be a good pet for me. They only live a couple of years, but thinking that might be the pet. So apparently they're really tricky to keep because they're escape artists. Yes, very high maintenance. Hey man, it's either that or Miss B. It's high maintenance either way. What's cheaper, Miss B or an octopi? Octopussy. I remember when Octopussy was advertised. I was in the theater. Roger Moore in Octopussy. The whole theater died laughing. That's the greatest title for any movie ever, right? Octopussy? I'm absolutely cheaper and certainly not high maintenance at all. All right, I'm just gonna slap that ass. Play butt bongo fiesta on your ass. You're a cool chick, man. You need to have more fun in your life. You're in Austin. Shit's open, comparatively speaking. Maybe I'll come see you where there's actually something to fucking do. Jesus Christ. I'm thinking about going to Florida technically today because it's 2:16 in the morning. I checked Miss B. Everything's locked up. They canceled outdoor dining here. You have fun all the time. How do you have fun if you have no friends? You told me you have no friends. Oh, 6th Street's boarded up. Yeah, we have a curfew here. They banned all outdoor dining. They put piles of sand on the volleyball courts so you can't play volleyball on the beach. So, what was I going to say real quick though? Oh, so I found I could get a round trip ticket to Fort Lauderdale today. I could leave in 14 hours. 14 hours, I could be with my family in Florida for $232. That's very tempting. I could leave and I could stay there till December 1st. I have fun with myself. I'm hilarious. I have 2 cats to play with. I make my own tiny people stuffies to keep me company. Yes. Go be with your family. What are you doing? Get the fuck out of California. I know. It's starting to feel that way. I got a friend of mine. Well, a buddy of mine said, hey, man, do you want to have Thanksgiving dinner together? I'll buy. And we had reservations for 2 for Thanksgiving dinner at a place in Burbank called the Smokehouse. And then I get an email, I guess like yesterday, saying my reservation's canceled. I call the restaurant. They go, yeah, they just announced all outdoor dining is closed. Sure enough, I see the tweets going out. I see the news. Told my buddy, he's like, fuck it. They're still doing takeout, right? I said, yeah. He goes, I'll buy, I'll pick up, I'll bring bourbon, I'll come to your place, we'll feast. So fuck it, man. I'm going to stay here and have Thanksgiving dinner with a friend of mine. But, and I got us a couple of cigars today. I'm sure we'll hop on Zoom with some friends. Anyway. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap this up because I got to go to the bathroom so fucking bad. And there's no point of just continuing to go on. I've been on a long time. It's been fun. There's more of you watching. It always goes this way. There's more people watching now. I don't know. I'm a night owl naturally, and maybe my audience is just naturally filled with night owls because the later it gets, the more people watch me. Bizarre. If you'd like to support me, I would love it if you would just hit the thumbs up button, hit the little notification bell, subscribe to the channel. When you do subscribe, hit the notification bell. You can join my fan club. If you go to zachwaldman.com/fans, you'll find that you can join my fan club, but you'll also see there's a bunch of free things you can do to support the show by using affiliate links to buy things on Amazon, stuff like that. Don't forget to bring a dish or at least a pie. I get pissed when people don't bring something. No, he's coming over here. The deal was he's like, I don't want to have it at my place. He's like, I'll buy. He goes, I'll pay for the meal. I'll pick up the meal, but we got to have it at your place if you're down to host. I said, no problem. I'll host. So he's coming to my place. And the meal we've got includes turkey, ham, I think stuffing, cranberry, 2 kinds of dessert, like a pumpkin pie and I think pumpkin and apple pie. And he's bringing bourbon. So I bought us a couple of cigars today. That's my contribution. I'm hosting. I know, Dub. I told him. But look, he's a wealthy guy. He knows that I haven't made a nickel since March. And he wouldn't hear of it. I said, all right, I said, what do you want to drink? I'll get the booze. He said, I'm bringing bourbon. He goes, you supply the glasses and the ice. So then when I was today, there was a brand new head shop opened up a block away. So I was like, I went in there and I said, hey, man, you guys have cigars? I get a couple. And I texted my friend. I'm like, you like cigars? He's like, yeah. I said, all right. That's what I'm going to do. I said, I'm going to get us a couple cigars. So that's what I did. Anyway. So the point is, I'm staying here. But boy, I was so pissed off at Newsom and Cuomo and all of this that I was like, fuck it. I'm getting on a plane and going and see I'm going to go see my fucking family. Oh, look at this. I got to piss so bad. Fox paid 7 figures to settle lawsuit over bogus Seth Rich conspiracy story. Wow. Sean Hannity, other high profile. Just as star anchor Sean Hannity and other high profile Fox News figures were due to be deposed about the promotion of a bogus conspiracy theory about the death of former Democratic National Committee staffer Seth Rich, cable news network last month threw in the towel and moved to settle a lawsuit brought by Rich's parents, who threatened to expose a wealth of new details about one of its most embarrassing screw-ups in recent years. I forget what this conspiracy was. What was the conspiracy here? Here it is. Became one of the leading conspiracy theories of Trump's presidency. Rich, a 27-year-old staffer for the DNC, was murdered while walking home from a bar early on the morning of July 13th in D.C. It was probably a botched street robbery, but the Conspiracy Land podcast retweeted shortly after Rich's death, Russian intelligence agents and right-wing allies of Trump, including longtime political advisor Roger Stone, promoted the idea that Rich was assassinated by gunmen working for Hillary Clinton because of his supposed role in leaking the Democratic Party's emails. He played no role in the leak of the DNC emails. There you go. So that's the story. Wow. I didn't think you drank, Miss B. Do you drink liquor? You're working on Thanksgiving? Well, for yourself, you mean. Or wait, not that I wasn't already, but it looks like I'm pulling a double. Where are you working again? I forget. You poor thing. You're going to work a double on Thanksgiving? Well, then, I guess if you ate the holidays, it doesn't matter to you, though. Fox said the DNC and Hillary Clinton murdered... Yeah. At the hotel. What do you do at the... Oh, that's right. You told me you're like doing... Yeah, it's all coming back to me. Bro, I always work on Thanksgiving, bro. I never not worked on the holidays, bro. Because the holidays are meh. And I hate the holidays. No, it came back. I know, night auditor. I know. All right, you angry young lady. Brah. Broski. Well, fuck Fox News. Fuck everything. Happy early Thanksgiving. I'll see you guys tomorrow today. I did shoot a new bar bet video finally. It'll probably be up. Maybe I might even put it up tonight, but that'll be up. And I love all you guys. I love y'all more than chocolate cake. Again, make sure you go to ZachWaldman.com/fans. You'll find there's free things you can do there to support me. Things that are completely free. Like using my affiliate links to buy shit on Amazon as an example. You can always join the fan club itself. That'd be great. See you, Dub. Have a good one. I will see you tomorrow, technically today. And as always, I'll play you out with a little Reverend Carl. I love you all more than chocolate cake. See you later.
It's 2 a.m., 14 below, it's closed. My work is done, but I'm feeling low, and I wanna play. the night away, the night away. I can't stand to be alone. I gotta bring over some people to fill up my empty home. Yes, I do. Yes, I do now. I'm having a party, having a party, having a party. I'm having a party, people. And a party, people. Well, well, well. Put out the word to the chosen few. I got the SMC, my friends. Bring your choice of brews, your choice of brews. The buzz is on and the mood is set. The candles burn as the turntables turn by the TV set. Yes, they do. Yes, they do now. Having a party, having a party, having a party, having a party, people, having a party, people, and everybody's getting down now. Party people, having a party, having a party, having a party, people. The monster man is feeling smooth, while in the mirror he's busting moves till he finds his groove, till he finds his groove. A Johnny Poet is feeling numb. He's gonna drink until the sunlight comes out to play. He's always running away. Where are your shoes today now? Having a party, having a party, having a party, we having a party, people, party people, and everybody's getting down now. Party people, having a party, having a party, we having a party, people, and a party people, having plenty of fun. He's been drinking them 21s like they're going out of style. A jungle berry is scabbing tails. He'll smoke all the weed you have if you let him away with it. I let him away with it. I let him away with it. Away with it. Away with it now. Having a party. Having a party. Having a party. We having a party, people. And a party, people. And everybody's getting down now. Party people. Having a party. Having a party. We having a party, people. A party, people. Well, well. Reggie Love is dressed in plain. He'd like to bop the night away, cause he's come a long way from that Ventura County girly girl by the telephone. She's been waiting on a man to call so she can share her love, share her love.